Hi guys, I'm Aybüke, and today I'm gonna talk about the engineering ethics and the analysis of ethical failures. First of all, let's start with the word of meaning of the engineering ethics. Engineering ethics is a set of ethical behaviors that are valid uh, for engineers, engineering practices, and must comply with the profession, society, work, employer, and colleagues. The dependence of society on engineers in many applications, especially in technical designs, make it necessary for the companies to work with, but also themselves. And knowing that if they do not their work accordance with science and rules, and most importantly, in accordance with ethical rules, they may cause tens, hundreds, or even thousands of people to be affected by this, and even cause accidents that will result in deaths. Engineers should consider the following key issues in the performance of their professional duties to keep the safety, health, and welfare of the public at the highest level, to act loyal and trustworthy towards the employer or customer, uh, sorry, avoiding misleading actions, committing to acting honorably, responsibly, ethically, and lawfully to enhance the dignity, reputation, and dignity of the profession. Uh, in the principles, one of the fundamental principles of engineering ethics is the obligation to protect public health, of course, safety, and self-worth. This means that engineers must prioritize the well-being of the people who will use the products and systems they design and consider the potential impact of their work on the environment and future generations. Engineers also have a duty to maintain their integrity and honesty in their work and avoid conflicts uh, of interest or other unethical behavior. One of the other main parts of my paper is the role of the engineers. As a professional, engineers play a vital role in society by designing and building systems, structures, and devices that serve the public and improve our quality or of life. The work of engineers touches nearly every aspect of modern society, from transportation and energy systems to medical devices and communication technology. The engineers' roles in society in to use their skills and expertise to create solutions that make the world a better place. This requires not only technical competence, but also the commitment to uh, ethical practices and a sense of social responsibility. By fulfilling this role, engineers can help build a better future for all of us. Uh, Analysis of ethical failure. Ethical failure in engineering can have serious consequences for both the engineer and the public. When ethical standards are not followed, the consequences can be dangerous and even devastating. For example, structural failures in buildings or bridges can cause serious injury or loss of life, while defective products can harm consumers. By examining past events and identifying factors that contribute to ethical violations, we can learn from our mistakes and develop strategies to prevent the future failures. If these ethical rules and principles are not followed, some tragic disasters may occur. Let's take a look at some of them. First of all, deep-water horizontal oil spill. The deep-water horizontal oil spill, also known as the BP oil spill, was a devastating environmental disaster that occurred in Gulf of Mexico in April 2010. The spill was caused by an explosion and fire on the Deepwater Horizon oil rig that resulted in millions of barrels of oil being released. into the ocean. There were also faults in the maintenance and supervision of the deepwater horizon oil rig. There were problems with the explosion-proof design of rigs that were supposed to prevent oil spills in an emergency. And there were also reports to inadequate training and safety procedures being followed by rig operators. Overall, the deepwater horizontal oil spill can be viewed as a failure of engineering ethics of many levels. It is a tragic reminder of the importance of properly assessing and managing risks, maintaining and auditing systems, and being transparent and honest about the capabilities and limitation of engineering designs and systems. Some photos can be seen here. If you Google it, you can see more painful pictures, but I couldn't bear to look at this, so I couldn't include them here. This was a really tragic disaster. The second one is the Flint water crisis. A crisis unfolded in 2014 in Flint, Michigan. It was caused by the city's decision to change its water supply to a new source that wasn't properly treated, resulting in high levels of lead pollution in the water. The crisis had serious consequences for Flint residents, including health problems and the economic damage. The next one is Fukushima nuclear disaster. On March 11, 2011, Japan was rocked by the earthquake known as the Great East Japan Earthquake. This was followed by a tsunami that resulted in waves reaching more than 10 meters in height. The combined impact and repercussions of the earthquake and tsunami caused great loss of life and destruction in the northeastern Japan. This tragic disaster is also a manifestation of the failures of ethics in engineering. As a result, engineering ethics is a critical aspect of the profession as it helps to ensure that engineering design and systems are safe, reliable, and do not pose undue risk to public or the environment. To prevent similar failures from occurring in the future, it's important to engineers to adhere to the principles of engineering ethics and hold themselves and their colleagues accountable for upholding these standards. And thanks for listening.